Today's topic of discussion is modern women want beta males. So if you look at today's society, right, you've got a bunch of guys getting treated as ATM machines. They're getting rinsed of their assets, their resources, time, energy, attention, you name it. So we're going to be discussing some key points in terms of why modern day women are picking these beta males and how they're effectively rinsing them. So first point is power. Modern day women have become masculine, meaning that they are effectively trying to gain power over people, in particular men. Now if you look at the system, right, the whole first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave feminism movement it's really been pushing for power of women empowerment. It's gotten to the point where there's no such thing as equal rights. It's just women controlling everything. Now, if you look at, for example, the family court system, CMS, and all these other systems put in place to destroy men, that right there ain't by coincidence. It's there to deliberately break down men, take power away from men, strip men of their power. Now for guys who have just been asleep and oblivious to this, you need to realize that the whole system is there to strip you of your power. Now, with this, right, if you look at modern day women, when they've had all these boyfriends, they flipping lost their virginity, they've devalued themselves, got like 10, 15 bodies under their name. This woman here who looks attractive, she settles with a beta male. And you're thinking to yourself, why is this woman here who looks like pretty on the outside with this guy who's just like a loser? The reason why she's with him is because she's treating him as a doormat. She wants full power over him, wants him to be in a submissive position. So when that guy's in a submissive position, she feels empowered by that. You know, these dirty feminists. These feminists, right, they've taken it to a whole new level. They want power over everything. It's just like they're little power-hungry creatures. Try and have a discussion with them, they'll just start arguing. All on you. Flipping. These people here are just sick, diseased people. Their mindset has just become so corrupted, so programmed, that they're so power hungry. Any power that they can get their hands on, they're going to take it. So that's what it is. You guys here need to be able to spot these modern day women. Because these modern day women, the ones who are power hungry, the ones who are just always on control, trying to, let's say, push their career. They're like, oh yeah, I'm very career orientated, I'm ambitious, this and that. These type of people are really, really power hungry. And they make bad wives. Because a masculine man who's a leader, he's in control, he's going to be getting turned off by a masculine woman. A woman who just wants power over him. God has created where God has got ultimate power, then he gives power to man, and he gives power, and then, sorry, let me rephrase that. So God has given power to man, and then that power is supposed to be used to control women. Now, that doesn't mean a man is abusing a woman. and manipulate, That's not what control is. Control is he's effectively being a provider and protector. He has control over his household. Now, there's obviously the abusive controller, and there's somebody who is a provider and protector. He's somebody who controls his environment. But these modern day women, they want all the power, and they don't want an authority figure. Somebody telling them, I want you to do this, or I want you to do that. They don't want to be obedient. So the disobedient type women, they seek out the beta males. Women who are rebellious. And them type of people, you don't want nothing to do with them. They will literally destroy your life. So next point is resources. These modern day women, they're all about extracting resources from people. Take what you can out of this guy. Get this guy to pay for all your holidays. Get him to buy you a house, buy you a car, you name it. And then once he's bought everything for you, you've gained all these experiences, chuck him to the side of the curb. When she's gotten bored, when she feels as though she can get somebody else who's going to give her a better lifestyle. They're not in it for commitment, for marriage, for developing a stronger connection with God. They're not trying to do none of that. They are literally trying to control everything. See these resources, right? There's only a limited amount of resources that you have. So these modern day women, they'll just extract all the resources from the beta males, take what they can out of them, and then make him go skint, and then jump onto our next guy. So some of you guys here, you may be thinking, oh damn, these women here, they're a bit cruel, aren't they? Well, some of them are. That's what it is. It's like that's what's happening with quite a lot of these modern day women. If you allow them to get into a position where they just have full control and full power over people, this is what they're doing. Rinsing these beta males of their resources. And the beta males are like literally lamb to the slaughter. They're setting themselves up for failure. So when I see on, let's say, Instagram, I see these beta males, they're flexing with these cars, materialism, holidays. A woman's looking at that. She's like, yes. A guy who I can take resources from. I can suck him of all these resources now. And then what she'll do is, she'll do what she can to gain power over him. And then take his resources. But guys who are, well, let me rephrase that. I lost my train of thought there. Guys who are ahead of the game, guys who see the game for what it is, they're not going to set themselves up like that. They're going to be living a minimalistic lifestyle. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, you should research it. Minimalistic lifestyle. Putting on a front to show a woman that you ain't pretty much got nothing. These women here, they're coming along, they're just trying to take what they can. But if you're just showing a basic lifestyle, just somebody who's just getting by, then she's going to look at you and be like, oh, okay, this guy is different. But then guess what? You're somebody who's got a good personality. You got good confidence. You're somebody who has great charm and charisma. You're not somebody who's just looking to give her resources. You're somebody who's genuinely a good person to be around. You make people feel good. She's going to be somebody who's going to be intrigued by that. But that's the good set of women. The bad set of women, they don't care about none of that. They're just literally trying to take as much resources as they can from guys. So whatever targets that they have, they'll flip and line them up. That's what it is. These women here, they got all these modern day platforms. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it. They're on all of them. They've signed up to all these platforms and trying to suck these guys of their resources. They're not holding back one bit. That's why you see these women with these expensive designer bags. They're on all these holidays. They're on a holiday every single week. Who do you think is paying for all of that? Because it ain't her. You know, some of these guys, these beta males, they're coming in along. They're like, Captain Save-A-Ho. They're trying to save these women. Trying to save these flipping promiscuous women. They're like, oh yeah, I can save her. So nah. These guys here get treated as mugs. Doormats. You know, these guys here aren't respected by women. They're despised by women. So next point is standards. These beta males, they ain't got no standards. That's what the facts is. The facts of the situation. They ain't got no standards, they ain't got no class, they ain't got no integrity. And then when you ain't got no standards, you get these power hungry women. Modern day women. Masculine women. They'll do whatever they can to take what they can out of you. Because you ain't got no standards. You ain't somebody who's got a set criteria. You're literally just getting what's given to you. And that's why these women here, they don't respect none of these guys. Because these guys ain't got no standards and no ethics. But if you're a man with standards, you're going to repel these masculine women, these modern day women. Because they don't want nothing to do with that. They don't want a guy with standards. Because they know that comes with a set bar. It comes with work, responsibility. She needs to bring more to the table. These modern day women ain't trying to do that. They're trying to do the least amount. So final point is freedom. These modern day women, they're all about freedom. Now if you go through all of social media, Instagram, the explore section, just look at the videos that they posted. All this freedom, you know, sexualizing themselves, objectifying themselves. You know, this freedom to do what they want. And then they got the beta male who's just flipping, paying for everything, paying for all her bills. And she's exposing herself to like thousands of guys on Instagram. Also a guy who's got any type of shame, any type of standards, any type of respect for himself would allow that type of behavior. A lot of these women are in marriages. They've been married to a guy and they're still displaying themselves in bikini photos. Shocking. It's just sickening. And then the beta male was just like, oh, you know, my missus, my wife, she's posted another photo online. And you got all these thirsty flipping animals in the comment section. Man, this is what's destroyed a lot of relationships. These modern day women are jumping on social media, posting all this filth. And then that's corrupting a bunch of other women as well. the young women. They're seeing it as, oh look, that person's getting attention. I want to do the same. I feel really sorry for women who are actually trying to do their best. They ain't got no role models on social media. Because these women here who are on social media, all they're doing is exposing their body parts. So, just to wrap up, power. These modern day women, they want power and control over the beta males. Treat him as a doormat. So don't be surprised when you see, let's say, a woman who looks really attractive with a guy who's just a beta male provider. The guy who's just ain't got nothing else going for himself. That woman there has full power over him. She wants a guy who's just on a leash, treated as a flippin' dog. She don't care about him. She ain't got no respect for him. Because if she had respect for him, she wouldn't be getting him to be in a submissive position. The next point after that was resources. These modern day women, they just want to extract as much resources from guys. They want the guy to pay for their whole lifestyle, but they don't want to be obedient. They don't want to show respect to the husband. They don't even want to do the basics like cooking and cleaning. Even though cooking and cleaning has been made so much easier in today's time than the previous generations. This is what women are not talking about. You've got flipping washing machines, you've got air fryers, you've got microwaves, you've got grills, you've got ovens. These things here have made cooking a lot easier. And yet these modern day women, they still don't want to do no cooking and cleaning. They're like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want a maid to take care of that. So I've seen some of these videos, stupid videos. These beta males are entertaining these low quality girls. These low quality girls are saying, oh, I want a maid. I want somebody to run my house. And then I just want to get my nails done. Sickening. Completely sickening behavior. But guys are allowing this. How can you help these people? These people here just can't help them guys. They've literally just landed themselves in it. And they don't want help anyway. The next point after that was standards. Guys who are beta males, they ain't got no standards. They literally take what's given to them. So desperate and deprived. And that's why these modern day women, they love a guy who ain't got no standards. Guy who ain't got no standards, full power and control over him. Because she knows he can't get no one else. Got him in a full submissive position. On the floor, on his knees. These beta males, that's what it is. These beta males are on their knees right now. And the final point was freedom. That's what it is. Freedom to do what they want. Because these modern day women, all they want is freedom. They don't care about responsibility, commitment, marriage. Being able to take care of children. They don't care about none of that. They just want to do what they want. Get the guy to pay for everything, and then she can just do her own thing. So that's what it is with pretty much modern day women when it comes to controlling the beta males. That's why they're doing that. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.